Hey everyone, welcome to Rev Games Academy. In this video, we're going to unlock the power of 2D sprite sheet animations for your game. Sprite sheet animations are a super fun and dynamic way to breathe life into your characters, objects, or special effects. Think of a sprite sheet as a treasure chest, packed with a series of animated frames, all neatly arranged in a grid. These powerful tools make it super easy to slice up these sprite sheets and use them seamlessly within the animator or right in your 2D game. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be ready to create smooth, eye-catching sprite sheet animations that will elevate your game to the next level. Let's dive in and get animating. A sprite sheet is essentially a texture that includes all the frames of an animation, laid out in rows and columns. To use these frames individually, Unity offers the Sprite Editor, a tool designed to slice the sprite sheet into separate sprites. You can also customize the slicing grid, making it perfect for non-uniform layouts. Once sliced, these individual frames are used to create animation clips, which can be controlled via the animator controller. All right, let's dive in and create a super cool animation. For this example, we'll work on a 2D Pac-Man style character's death animation, something fun and iconic. And guess what? You can use this same process to create any animation you want. I already have the sprite sheet for our character, but don't worry if you don't have one yet. There are tons of free 2D sprite sheets available online. Just search and grab one that fits your game. All right, no more waiting. Let's kickstart this animation creation right now. Let's go. Let's start by importing the sprite sheet. Begin by dragging the sprite sheet into the Assets folder of your Unity project. Once imported, select the sprite sheet in the inspector. Change the texture type to Sprite, 2D, and UI, and the sprite mode to Multiple. These settings ensure Unity recognizes the sprite sheet as a 2D asset with multiple frames. After making these changes, click Apply to confirm the setting. Next, we'll slice the sprite sheet into individual frames. In the inspector, click on the Sprite Editor button to open the Sprite Editor. Within the Sprite Editor, click on Slice. Unity offers several slicing methods like automatic or grid by cell size / count, depending on the layout of your sprite sheet. If needed, you can manually adjust the slice boundaries to ensure each frame is captured perfectly. Remember, consistency is key. Every sprite should be the same size, especially if you're slicing manually. This ensures the animation stays aligned and looks smooth. Now, I'll fast forward through the slicing process. And let me tell you something important. If you're slicing a different sprite sheet, follow the same process we've covered here. And if you're slicing manually, make sure every frame is the same size. This keeps your animation perfectly aligned and smooth. Once satisfied with the slicing, click Apply to save the sliced sprites. Great job! We've successfully sliced the sprites. You can now see the individual sprites in the project window listed as multiple images. Those are the slices we just created. Looks good, right? Smooth and ready to animate. Now it's time to bring our sprites to life with animations. First, let's create a game object for our Pac-Man character. In the hierarchy, right-click Create an Empty Game Object and name it Pac-Man. Next, we'll add a sprite render. Select the game object, head over to the inspector, and click Add Component. Search for Sprite Render and add it. Then assign one of the sliced sprites to the sprite render to display your character. Let's position it so we can clearly see the animation in action. Now let's create the animation. Select the game object, open the animation window, and click Create to generate a new animation clip. Save it with a name like it looks Death Animation. Animation created. Now click Add Property, select Sprite Render, and then choose Sprite to start working on the sprite animation for this game object. Here's the main part. Drag and drop your sliced sprites directly into the timeline to define the animation sequence. Rearrange them as needed and adjust the sample rate in the animation window. This field controls the animation speed. Pre-V the animation during this step to make sure everything looks smooth and matches the desired timing. Once everything is set up, turn on keyframe record mode, the red button in the animation window. This mode ensures that any adjustments you make are saved as keyframes in the timeline. After you're satisfied, make sure your game object has an animator component attached. If it doesn't, go to the inspector, click Add Component, and add an animator. Then link your animator controller to this component so the animation is fully functional. Preview your animation again, and that's it. Our Pac-Man death animation is ready to go. By following these steps, you'll easily create awesome 2D sprite sheet animations in Unity and bring your game to life. Whether it's a character, object, or effect, Unity's tools make the process smooth and fun. Keep experimenting and pushing your creativity, and you'll soon master the art of making engaging animations for your 2D games. Happy animating, and I can't wait to see what you create next!